The vehicle is now spinning 180 degrees and facing the oncoming traffic. I'm also moving off the road. The road is on a heightened bank. As we topple over the edge, life literally turns into slow motion. I'm gripping the life out the steering wheel as we fall onto the passenger side. And as we then transition upside down, the windscreen pops out, the belongings burst all over the cabin, and we barrel roll off the roof onto my driver's side, and then the momentum carries us as we mount back on the wheels. Like something out of a film. I took a look to my Oppo and I was like, "You good?" He was like, "What the fuck, mate?" I was like, I know, that was crazy. We just sat for 10 minutes, let the adrenaline simmer, let the engine simmer, tried it, fucking no way. Turns back on. I've got no windscreen. What have I got? Okay, I've got some sunglasses. It's dusty as fuck out in Sierra Leone. Okay, I've got a face mask to cover myself with. I managed to drive the vehicle back to where we were staying. And yeah, it's safe to say I got some funny ass looks as I was driving it back. The reason I tell you this is because life will never be perfect for you. There will always be a reason why you can't get what you want today. And you can either be a little bitch and you can use it and accept it, or you can just continue with life and have it there and be like, it is what it is. It's not perfect, but life never is. It's not supposed to be, so I'll continue to move forward. Now, becoming a stoic is something I've been practicing for a number of years. And it's almost like you discover a completely new concept and a new way of seeing and viewing the world. The biggest reason that will limit any form of success that you have in your life is fear. It's the number one reason that will hold you back. And that is where stress comes from. It's almost like anticipated fear. So it makes sense that we go and attack that at the jugular. We go and tackle the issue that is stress, because stress will always be in our lives. And in fact, stress is necessary. We need stress to grow. Think of like we go to the gym, we stress the muscle, so it then repairs back after and gets stronger. Obviously, we don't stress it so much that it gets fucked, like with our mindset. So the big question is, well, how can we change how we view stress? And what we're going to do is look at what the Stoics say on how we can do this. The first thing to do when we're trying to focus on stress is, what can we control? Focus on what we control. This means stop watching the fucking news. Stop listening to people that have come up with an idea that when you really ask them, where did that come from? Oh, well, everyone's saying it. Okay, but where are they saying it from? Tell me who said this, where and when. And I can't. Yeah, exactly. So you're just fucking chatting shit and making stuff up. You don't need that running through your brain. Okay? If you cannot control something, then it is what it is, and it's meant to be that way for a reason. We just take it in our stride of life, and that's okay. We do not try and change, and we do not focus, and we do not put energy on what we cannot control, because that is not for us to play with. That is there as it's meant to be. The next thing they do is negative visualization. Almost play with the idea in your head of failing. Pre-map out what it would be like to fail the thing that you're trying to do. Picture not making that race on time. Picture dropping that fucking barbell off your back because you couldn't stand back up with it. That way, when you do that, it's not a massive shock. You've already been through what it would feel like in your head. And the blow that you anticipate is the one that hits the least heavy. Sorry, that was butchered. That was from fucking Seneca. The blow you anticipate hits the least heavy. Now, the last thing I will say, nothing is permanent. For good or bad, nothing will last forever. So whether you're going through suffering now, you can think of a time now, if you stop and think, when was the time I went through some suffering? When I went through that suffering, did it feel like it was going to go on forever? Yes, it did. Did it stop? Yes. How long was it actually? Probably about 3 weeks. So we know that nothing is permanent. Everything will always change, for good as well. The good times will not last forever. And that is the beautiful point of life, that it goes up and down in push and pull. And that's the way that the universe has to work. So you want to apply these traits into your life and control your fucking emotions, because a man that is not in control of his emotions is a very dangerous man to himself and definitely to other people. And I'm sure you know some people like this that are more erratic than you maybe are, but you could definitely do with brushing up on these skills as well. And let me tell you, when you move through life with these concepts, it is a hell of a lot more fun knowing that if I can't control it, fair enough. It is what it is. It is meant to be like that. Everything is happening for a reason, and that's okay. I already know what life would be like if I failed. I've already pre-planned for it, and I'm already thinking ahead of how solutions I can get around that. Yeah? And life is not meant to be permanent. Just like one day we will all be 6 feet under. And we're going to end on that note, boys. I hope you found this of value. If you did, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.